Hello everybody, this is Dylan again. Story 17, episode 52, beginning part 2. We headed for Cape Coral. A boat had been running around and around and around with no one on board, creating trouble for an accident to happen. No telling what happened to whoever was on board. Ciao.
We encountered a small vessel that was in gear with no passengers on board. The vessel was going around and around and around, creating an opportunity for a serious accident. The Marine Patrol had 2 other boats there. They were trying to snag the unmanned vessel. Hard to say what happened to whoever was on board. We didn't get to see how this turned out. We had to keep on going. Once again, our engines purred us along with no mishap. The dogs were happily up on bridge deck, all wanting to sit on our laps. It was sunny and warm. One couldn't ask for a nicer trip. Towards sunset, we looked for a place to anchor. There was a designated anchorage just off Cape Coral, so we dropped the hook and stood watch. The current was strong, and sure enough, we were dragging. We pulled up the anchor and continued. Within about 10 minutes, we came to a city dock. We decided to stay the night there. There was a nice park. We could take the dogs for a long walk.
From Sassy. Woof Woof Yip forgot to tell you about the tens of thousands of humongous plecos we found swimming along the seawall. Plecos are algae eaters. Plecostomus is the correct name. They are black, sort of hard, bony fish that you see in all aquariums. There were so many we couldn't count all of them. Dylan and I were trying to find a way off the dock so we could get to all those plecos. Well, trying to reach one, Dylan fell in. Was away down the dock and didn't see Dylan go in. I don't bark, so all I could do was run over to where Taco was and tell him to go tell Uff that Dylan was in the drink. Taco then went and alerted Uff to Dylan's situation. Dylan had swum to the rocks under the dock and Uff had to get Yip to jump in and get him out. Uff never goes in the water. Sure enough, as Yip swam him to the shore where he could get out, he had a tiny pleco in his mouth. He wasn't about to give it up. Good save, Dylan. Woof woof Sassy.
Our next stop was in a little basin called Bimini Bay. It's a little way up the Caloosahatchee. It was a nice basin. There was another park there. To our surprise, the Dock Dog Company was there having a competition. We anchored early, long before dark, because we knew there was a grocery and a West Marine within walking distance. Thank you, Active Captain. We were able to stay and watch the dogs jump. If you're a dog person, this is a must-see. I thoroughly enjoyed watching these 4-footed athletes jump 20 to 30 feet to rescue their toys. We wanted to see if we could get one of those wind catcher things people put on their hatches. The V-berth gets hot, as does the main cabin. We set out for West Marine after watching the dog show. As stated by Active Captain, it was only about 10 blocks. We were able to buy the wind catcher and go grocery shopping. There was a Publix there and a liquor store. This was a nice walk. Ella and Taco came with us. On the way back, we stopped at a fancy hotel that had a bar and live entertainment and had a few pina coladas. When we got back to the boat, we took all the dogs in the dink to a beach along the inlet. We all had a nice swim, and the dogs spent the afternoon scouting the new beach.
From Ella and Taco. Woof, woof. Yip and Uff are taking Ella and me for a ride in that whoopee cushion. When we got to shore, that Dock Dog Company was there, and all these dogs were lined up ready for their turn.
Hey everybody, Dylan again. Story 17, episode 52, and part 2. We headed for the grocery store and West Marine. Ella and Taco came along with us. On the way back, we stopped and had a few pina coladas at a fancy bar restaurant. We were also able to pick up an air scoop for the V-berth hatch at West Marine. Ciao.